good friend of mine always used to tell me that every square is a rhomboid, but not every rhomboid is a square. And I guess rhomboid is a four-sided object, so he was saying if you want someone to draw you squares, make sure you tell them to draw squares, not rhomboids, because you could end up with trapezoids, you could end up with rectangles, you could end up with all sorts of things. So you got to be really clear on what you're asking for. And this is the point of this video, because I find a lot of struggle when it comes to fitness and building muscle in particular, is people are trying to get squares, but they're focusing on rhomboids. Here's what I'm talking about. When it comes to building muscle, we use these terms a lot of like, it's progressive overload that builds muscles, or progressive resistance. This is like asking for rhomboids. Yes, it can work. Yes, it's going to mostly be effective, but it's not really what's important, because remember, we've got a few things that we're dealing with here that are related, but they're not all the same thing. You know, we have weight, or in the calisthenics world, technique, okay, which oftentimes leads to resistance, okay, but resistance then comes to tension. Now, it's a natural thing to think, well, if you have more weight, then you have more resistance, you have more resistance, then you have more tension. So it makes sense. However, they're not the same thing, because you can have more weight and have about the same amount of resistance through modifications in your technique. When you're looking to build muscle, always remember the rule in human physiology: nothing happens to the body unless it happens at a cellular level. Weight isn't at a cellular level. Even resistance, to a large degree, is not a cellular thing. It's muscular tension that we are after. So I submit to you, it's not progressive overload, whatever that means. It's not progressive resistance, it's progressive tension. And I do this a lot of times with clients, especially new people, is I'll take them and I'll say, how much are you benching, or how many push-ups can you do and stuff, and I'll modify their technique. I'll get their head using their muscles better, and suddenly they're using a hell of a lot less weight, they're using a lot less resistance, but they're getting a lot more burn. Like, oh my God, my chest, oh, I feel that I can only get like 5 reps of that. As long as your tension is progressive, you're gonna build muscle, as long as there's recovery. And two, I don't care if you go with less weight, less resistance, these can drop like a stone, but if you find ways to get more tension out of it, you're going to get bigger and stronger. But if you have more weight, more resistance, but the tension's still roughly about the same, you're not gonna get bigger and stronger. So don't go for the rhomboids, go for the squares. I'll make more videos on it. Till then, be fit, live free.